Hello friends! Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to take some time to explain to you exactly how a battery charger actually functions. We'll cover its three distinct charging stages: bulk, absorption, and finally the floating stage. 3 steps. There are many chargers out there that feature numerous different stages, for example, a 7-stage charger and so on. However, what we're focusing on here are the 3 primary charging stages: bulk, absorption, and floating. And I actually wanted to demonstrate, using a very simple principle, exactly how these particular charging stages function. We're going to delve into the various charging stages found within the solar charge controller. It says bulk and it says absorption and other similar terms. But I thought I'd explain this with a very simple principle, using a bucket, as you can see there, filled with water, so that you can fully grasp these charging stages. So come along with us now and let's get started.
Okay, so here we have an empty bucket, which is going to represent a completely empty discharged battery. And the very first thing an intelligent charger, one that incorporates these specific charging stages, is to detect and recognize that it is completely empty. And then, at that point, it proceeds into what is known as the bulk stage. And then it proceeds to fill itself up with the maximum amount of pressure possible. Here, we are going to proceed with full speed ahead. So, without further ado, let's get this process started right here. Well, as I mentioned, we were going at full speed. The battery is designed to take in as much current as possible, so that it can quickly reach approximately 80% of its full capacity. I'd say that's 80%, and here we have 100%. And the next stage, of course, is absorption. And as you can see here, the charger has detected that we've now filled up to approximately 80% of the battery's total capacity. So now, I'm entering the absorption stage. That is to say, when we've reached about 80%, it then enters the absorption phase to fill up the remaining capacity. And what happens then, exactly? Well, it's still charging, but at a much slower rate.
So we lead that the battery is not completely full. So the charger senses that the battery has reached its full capacity following the absorption process, and then it proceeds to enter what is referred to as the float charging stage. So, or in Swedish, the term float translates directly to maintenance charging. So, float, and the bucket, as you can see, is full, but some of it might evaporate or splash out. So we just add a few drops from time to time to keep the level up. It's the same with the battery. Float keeps the battery fresh and ready for use without overcharging it. So what you are seeing now, it is in float mode. It is full and we just trickle in a little bit if it evaporates or splashes out. Or if we were to translate that concept to the battery, if we draw a little power from it occasionally, then we will replenish that amount with the help of the charger. This is charging.
Alright, so we've quickly reviewed these charging stages, 3 charging stages: bulk, absorption, float. So when you look at the charger and see which stage it's in, the charging stage, think of the bucket. That might help you understand where you are in the charging process. And as I said, we're talking about bulk charging, full power, as much as the battery can actually receive from the charger. The charger itself is quite intelligent, so it automatically senses how much power it can safely deliver. And absorption, that's when we've reached 80%, all the way up to 100%. That's what we call absorption. What happens then? Well, we turn down the pressure a little, the water pressure, in this case with the water bucket principle, so that it doesn't overflow. So we turn it off when it's full. And once we reach full capacity, we then have what's called maintenance charging, which is float. Then we have a fully charged battery that just trickles in a small amount as it naturally discharges. Or when we start drawing, yes, when we draw energy from the battery gradually, it continuously replenishes itself. I hope this explanation can be helpful for you to understand precisely how a charger functions. With its various charging stages, it's a simple principle. Just think of the bucket. All the best. Goodbye.